Welcome to Barron Trends. In this video we will be counting down our picks for the 10 richest countries in Africa of 2022. In this video, we will be looking at the 10 richest countries in Africa based on their nominal GDP and strength of their economy. Number 10, Angola. Angola is 10th on our list for the 10 richest countries in Africa with a GDP of $66.49 billion. Since the end of the Angolan Civil War in 2002, the country has been making strides into political and structural reforms to help stabilize its economy, which is mostly built on oil. More than a third of its GDP in 2020 and 90% of its export revenues that same year were derived from crude oil sales. Believed to be a contender for significant economic growth in Africa, its latest efforts have been disappointing. However, recent news indicates that the country may be finally exiting a multi-year recession. Number 9, Côte d'Ivoire. For the first time ever, the Ivory Coast is considered one of the 10 richest countries in Africa, having joined the list at number 9 with a GDP of $71 billion. The country's services, industry and agriculture sectors are considered its strongest and make up for most of the country's steady growth, even after facing 2 civil wars in the last 20 years. Number 8, Ghana. Ghana is one of Africa's dark horses in terms of economies. Ghana is 8th on our list for the richest countries in Africa with a GDP of $75 billion. Ghana mainly exports resources such as cocoa, crude oil, gold, and timber. The country experienced an economic expansion of 6.7% in the first quarter of 2019, with non-oil growth at 6%. Last year, Ghana was put to the test amidst growing concern for its energy sector due to high costs and natural gas supply, but has managed to navigate the COVID-19 pandemic. Number 7, Ethiopia. Ethiopia is 7th on our list for the 10 richest countries in Africa, with a GDP of $94 billion. Lately, the Ethiopian government has opened up its famously hard-fastened economy to international investors through deals in Ethio Telecom and other state-owned entities. However, the country's government and its prime minister have come under international scrutiny of late after perceived inaction in the face of alleged war crimes being conducted in the country. Number 6, Kenya. Kenya is 6th on our list for the 10 richest countries in Africa with a GDP of $110 billion. Recent investments and focuses have helped Kenya's economy in recent years and have solidified it as one of Africa's futurist states, but the country is still heavily dependent on its agriculture sector. Its agriculture sector, approximately 35% of GDP, includes the rearing of coffee, tea and corn, while the rest of the GDP is funneled in its industrial sector. Number 5, Morocco. Morocco is 5th on our list for the richest countries in Africa with a GDP of $124 billion. Morocco remains unmoved since last year's list, maintaining the middle ground amongst Africa's wealthiest countries. Most of Morocco's GDP is derived from its robust service sector, followed by its industry, and then its agriculture. Number 4, Algeria. Algeria is fourth on the list for the 10 richest countries in Africa. With a GDP of $152 billion. Maintaining its place from last year's list is Algeria. The majority of the North African country GDP is generated through its hydrocarbons. Industry. By sector, commercial services, industrial, construction and public works, and agriculture sectors continue to drive non-hydrocarbon growth. Number 3, South Africa. South Africa is third on the richest countries in Africa with a GDP of $330 billion. South Africa lost its spot as Africa's second wealthiest country in terms of GDP, now third on the list. In 2020, South Africa went into a recession after 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. Its economy was battered by the COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent lockdowns and constant power outages from aging operations at its main power producer, Eskom, has been noted to be a contributor to its shrinking economy, which was once the leader on the continent. Number 2, Egypt. Egypt is second on our list for the richest countries in Africa with a GDP of $400 billion. Egypt becomes Africa's second wealthiest state according to GDP in 2022, beating out South Africa from the lauded number 2 spot. By sector, gas, extractives, tourism, wholesale and retail trade, real estate and construction have been the main drivers of growth for Egypt's GDP, and together with economic reform programs and increased levels of employment, the country continues to be a great example of an African powerhouse nation. Number 1, Nigeria. Nigeria is the richest country in Africa with a GDP of $515 billion. Nigeria has been Africa's wealthiest and largest economy in terms of GDP since we first marked their leadership in the continent in 2018. Nigeria is Africa's largest crude oil supplier and also one of the continent's richest agricultural sectors. A leader in Africa in terms of farm output, Nigeria's main agricultural exports are cocoa, peanuts, rubber, and palm oil. Almost 10% of Nigeria's GDP is generated by its oil and petroleum industry. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to Baron Trends for more exciting videos and tell us what you think of this video through our comment section.